animals to be used for biomedical research. What is animal research? According to the International Humane Society, animal research and testing is procedures performed on living animals for purposes of research into basic biology and diseases, assessing the effectiveness of new medical products and research of human health. Animal research is done all around the world, and it is the leading type of research in many places. According to the International Humane Society, biomedical research is done to understand anatomy and progression and prevention of diseases. We cannot deny the significant contributions animal research has made into the biomedical field of research, and from the development of life-saving technologies to vaccines and groundbreaking discoveries of biomedical research, animal research has provided many benefits to the human society. The National Library of Medicine reflects these advancements by stating that the drugs used to kill the cancer cells in Greg Mass's body have been screened and tested over the past several decades in inbred strains of mice susceptible to leukemia. This shows the important contributions animal research has made to generations of medical researchers, but the negative aspects of animal research negatively impact the human and scientific research more than the positive impacts. I have come to the conclusion that no, animals should not be used for biomedical purposes because of ethical and economic impacts. However, in this day and age, animal research is necessary for biomedical reasons, for health advancements, but in the near future, we need to slowly transition from animal research to other forms of research. Throughout this presentation, I will be looking through the ethical lens first, and then the economic lens, and finally I will be looking on solutions and my conclusion. The ethical lens. The suffering animals endure in the name of scientific progress poses a moral dilemma for many scientists and ethics alike. Scientists struggle with the ethical imperative to seek alternatives that respect the intrinsic value of animals while also recognizing the animal's feelings and emotions, but also keeping up with the need for human demand of medicine. Animals are typically used for research because of similarities in genetic makeup to humans. Researchers see this as beneficial because it offers them accurate results instead of having humans undergo grim testing. However, a lot of these times the genetic similarities don't really add up to the final results of the experiments. 95% of all drugs that are shown to be safe and effective on tests in animals fail in human trials, which displays that humans are taking advantage of animals for their own gain and are exploiting the animals just for benefits that don't end up working for them. Meaning that most of the time animals are killed for the reason for human benefit and nothing else. The sheer amount of animals undergoing testing is staggering, with 115 million animals forced to be a part of these a year. These animals lack autonomy and are subjected to life in captivity without any access to their natural environment. And even if they do have access to their natural environment, they still are in captivity, and that adds anxiety and stress that could cause markers and differentiation through the testing that resulted from it. As the living conditions of these animals are not suitable, for example, the International Humane Society states that artificial lighting, human-produced noises, and restricted housing environments can prevent species-typical behaviors, causing distress and abnormal behaviors among animals. These types of environments can affect the outcome of research in many ways because the lab diseases could be affected through the anxiety. Even if humans have anxiety, this doesn't really necessarily contribute to the fact that these animals also have anxiety, and it wouldn't help through the research. Additionally, routine laboratory procedures such as catching an animal and removing him or her from the cage, in addition to experiment procedures, cause significant and prolonged elevations and stretch markers, which can change their final lab results. Animals have been neglected ever since the first forms of animal research. In some cases, animal treatment has improved. However, it's not enough to make the treatment ethical. Humans are animals as well, but they refuse to acknowledge the fact that they are exploiting and taking advantage of other animals for their own gain. Research animals aren't treated with dignity and respect and are neglected of their basic needs. When people started to understand that humans are taking advantage of animals, they came up with the 3 R's: replace, reduce, and refine. These 3 R's describe the steps that we can take to move on from biomedical research with animals to other forms of biomedical research. Next, I will talk about the economic concerns surrounding animal research. The article Food for Thought states that the average test costs hundreds of thousands and sometimes millions of dollars per substance examined, and a 2015 analysis concluded that the most conservative estimate, this equates to $28 billion a year spent on experimentation that is misleading. Contributing to the poor economic sustainability is the fact that the most animals experiments fail at the human state, never reaching the market and failing to bring in profit. This cycle is a major factor that pharmaceutical companies are forced to endure, and because of that, they increase the prices of the actual medicine being, given to other humans. Not only is this money being lost due to animal research, this money comes from taxpayers who probably don't know what they're contributing to, even if they don't feel comfortable contributing to animal research or giving money towards animal research. They still do just because of the taxes that they're paying. Which means all in all, there's little to no benefits from animal testing for the customer, the consumer, and the animal being tested on. Sorry. One solution to pressing concerns in animal research are organs on a chip. These are systems that contain natural or engineered miniature tissues grown in microfluidic chips. These chips are designed to control cell microenvironments and maintain tissue-specific functions which mimic human physiology more than any animal that's not a human could. As organs on a chip combine advances in tissue engineering and microfabrication, they have gained interest in a next-generation experimental platform to investigate human physiology and the effect of therapeutics in the body. Another solution is 3D bioprinting, which is basically 3D printing living complex multi-organisms and tissues. This opens up an enormous potential for grafts and wound healing, the replacement of burned skin, and the development of in vitro fertilization for human models of product and drug testing. This not only positively affects the biomedical aspect, but it also positively affects the cosmetic aspects of animal testing. In the near future, researchers should move from reliance on animal testing to different types of research that yield the same results, if not better results. They should move away from the animal research because of the ethical imperatives, such as animal dignity and the 3 Rs, and economic reasons being because we are losing more profit than we are gaining with animal research. And with the implementation of new technology like organ on a chip and 3D bioprinting, there will be a shift because the ethical and economic benefits are better than the effects of using animals for biomedical research.
Thank you. Round of applause. Lauren, how did you handle differing perspectives in order to reach that conclusion?
Well, at first I was going to go fully no, and then I realized that there are some positive impacts of animal testing, like the positive impacts being just the enormous benefits it's made for the society we have today, and because of that, I chose to do no but instead of just no.
Okay, thank you. If you had more time, what research would you conduct related to this issue?
Well, if I had more time, I probably would look more into the history of animal research. I did mention it, but I wish I could have gone further in and noticed the positive benefits animal research has had.
Okay, thank you. Another round of applause.